we are getting ready with the aromatics that we are going to be using on this roasted turkeys that we are going to prepare today. And for that, I have some celery cut, onions, carrots, I have some garlic, I have bay leaves, I have some fresh oregano, some sage, some fresh thyme. If you are not used to using fresh herbs, this is a perfect time for you to see how wonderful they really smell. Alright, so what is the difference between bone-in and debone? And the difference is really time. The same way as you would be if you bought your turkey frozen versus defrosted. All depends on how much time do you have. Is your kitchen, does it have the availabilities? Will you be able to watch this turkey through the defrosting process? Well, let's take a look and see how these turkeys look. Now, brining it is going to make the biggest difference in flavor. We can do all sorts of things to this turkey, but if you do not take the time to brine a turkey, you are not going to get the best effects that you would if you brine it. Alright, so these turkeys have been brined. They're about 15 to 18 pounds. And these have been brining for about 24 hours in about a pound of kosher sea salt, cold water, in a large container, any container that you have. So now that we know it has brine, we're going to separate all these things which we're going to use to make the stock with it. One thing we're going to do is we're going to clip the wings. No matter what you do, these wings are going to burn unless you cover them with foil. This will make a great stock. Remember, time is most important when making these very large dinners. You have to make this decision now, before you start. Alright, so we are going to debone this one right here. We are not going to need the little thermometer. Alright, we're going to remove this plastic piece. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to, right along the side, we're going to run like a V shape. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut right along that bone. What about this? This is easier, faster to cook, is easier to serve, and you can always make a nice sauce with all the bones. You're going to get from one turkey at least 4 cups of a decent stock. Is it going to save you money? I don't know. But if you like to try this method, you have to trust your knife skills. See how it's deboned. It is removed from the bone. Alright, here's the breast. Okay, so here is the breast. We're going to season these. We're going to place them into one of these containers. Do spend the money on the aluminum containers. Not only will you be able to cook this very well in here and seal it, but you'll be able to store it as well. It's well worth the money. Let's continue deboning this turkey and let's see how it's going to look once it's completely deboned. Alright, so here's the turkey deboned. You can further take it apart from this joint right here at the leg. This will also speed things up. Just like a chicken, except it's a lot bigger, and of course everything is a little bit tougher because it's a larger bird. This is going to be the thigh, the drumstick, the wing, the breast. This is how much turkey you end up with. This is the carcass. And this will make a great sauce. This will also make a great gravy, soup, and that's why I think that there is a difference, and it's important if you like to do it this way or if you like the traditional whole turkey. All right, we're going to place all these pieces that we cut, wings, the breast, the drumsticks. We're going to save this for a stock. And it's going to look just like that. Alright, next we're going to pull out the next turkey from the brine. And this one we're going to do the traditional look that everybody likes, that is always advertised everywhere. Alright. So with this one, all we're going to do, we could fold the wings backwards, like this, and tug them in underneath. Just take off the tail. We'll use it for the stock. And this bird is ready to go into the pan as well, just like that. Alright, so a very important thing we need to do now is to season it very well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and split half of the celery on this one, half on that one. The broth or the juice that will be produced from roasting this in this pan will be really nice and complementary when we are making a gravy or our sauce. This is the mirepoix. Split everything up right in half. A few bay leaves here, fresh, everything fresh. A little bit of sage, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of oregano, fresh, everything. If you don't, then of course you'll have to use what you have. Some garlic, just like that. So what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of this water. This is 2 quarts. So we're going to put 1 quart in each one of these containers. Just like that. And what is going to happen now is that we are going to cover this with plastic. You can also use a turkey bag if you like. We're going to cover this with plastic. So we're going to create kind of a steaming effect. It's very important. And on top of that, to protect the turkey while it's cooking, because it is 10 to 18 pounds, it's going to cook for about 3.5 hours at 300 degrees in your oven. Remember to measure your equipment and know the capabilities of what it can do so that you have great success when making your Thanksgiving turkey dinner. Here's the plastic. Make sure it's nicely covered. The plastic by itself will burn, but if you cover it with foil, this will give you a great edge. Remember, this dinner is the most special, most expensive dinner you will make in the year. This is how professional chefs do it in the kitchen, and I am sharing this with you as I have broke away just to come over here and show you how to do it. Okay, so I've preheated the oven, and I'm going to place the large turkey on the top shelf and then the other pan in the lower shelf. Remember that your equipment, you know, and you know where things will fit. Taking that consideration before you place your turkey in the oven. This will be in there for about 3.5 hours, and we'll be back to it. In the meantime, we're going to be working on other parts of our dinner.